What's up guys, Luke from 8-Bit Plus back again with another video for our Game Store 2020 series. And today we're going to be talking about the ways that you can use the multi-billion-dollar industry of video games to create an income. From part-time side hustles to full-on careers, we're going to cover it all today. And I think I have a few creative ideas for you along the way. So if you've been dreaming about creating a stream of income in video games, you're not gonna wanna miss this video. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's turn that dream into a reality. So before I get into it, I want to kind of tell you like the story of my mom and her idea of getting a job in video games. And I think it's the same idea for a lot of us. We think just there's a few options as far as like making money in the video game industry, surrounding yourself with this amazing media platform that really is unrivaled by anything else. My mom's idea was like, she's like, I was playing video games all the time, baby. I had my Sega Genesis, I had that controller every day after school, and I was jamming out. And her like first thought was like, you should make video games. You should be a maker of video games. That was her thought, and I think that's a lot of our thoughts is like, if we want a career, if we want to make money in video games, it has to be creating them. It has to be programming them and being a super, computer nerd. No offense to anyone that does this, but being a, C++ master. But like my first response was like, no, dude, like I want to create a career in video games, but it ain't gonna be doing that. It's gotta be something else. So if you're kind of feeling the same way, you're definitely going to want to stick around. I want to get through like some of the obvious ones up front. There's obviously working at a game store. You can go down to GameStop and, go apply and probably eventually get a job earning minimum wage and working for 10 hours a week. You could also go to school. Just like my mom said, I should go to school and learn how to make games. You can go to school for programming specifically for video games. There's all kinds of different colleges that offer classes like that. You could also become a game tester or, someone that does the final testing of video games before they get released. Those are obviously ones that everyone can kind of go to when they think, oh, career in video games. Now, the next thing is probably the main reason why you're here, aside from maybe knowing me in the store and I asked you to check out my channel, and that's actually learning and beginning to own your own game store. For me personally, I never went to college for like business or anything like that. I used going hands-on, like full force into video games, buying and selling and all that stuff as my schooling. I'll give you kind of like a couple of different, visions of owning your own game store, because it doesn't have to necessarily look like what I have, which is like your standard, retail store where we have an inventory of games and people come in, we're open from 11 to 7, 5 days a week. But there's also been a lot of people that have had success in moving their game store from a retail location to actually having all their product in a warehouse and having it online. There's a couple of websites like Luke Games, Stone Age Gamer, there's Castlemania Games. You don't have to necessarily be like me and have a game store that you fully like dedicate to as a career. You could also have it part-time, and you could have an online website, or you could kind of take it down, like scale it down a little bit, make it more of like not so much a career where you're fully into it, but more of a side hustle, like a part-time job. That would be an eBay. Like eBay or Amazon would be an awesome way that you could take the inventory that you get, and really the way you gather your inventory is by having fun, because you're a gamer, you're a collector anyways. You're going out and you're hunting down video games at various places like thrift stores, pawn shops, yard sales, and then you just do what I did for 2 years and just buy and resell on eBay. There's also another option too as far as owning a game store and making it still a local type of thing, but you're either on appointment or it's like your side hustle. There's actually a local store called Small Town Game Store in where I live. I mean, it's a game store, don't get me wrong, but the guy that does it, his name is Steve, awesome guy, I do business with him all the time. He uses it as a side hustle because he just loves and he has a passion for rare and collectible video games. And he does really good out of his garage. What he does is after he gets off work for 2 hours, he flips open his garage, he kicks back and just kind of hangs out with his family, and if people come, they come. If not, that's okay, it's a side hustle. And then on the weekends, he's got his garage open and he's fielding calls and he's making appointments, and he's got a really awesome little outfit that I could definitely see myself doing, you know, in the future if I ever wanted to scale 8-bit plus back a little bit. I think that would be a really awesome option as well. So owning a game store isn't just like a one-dimensional thing. I just kind of want to open your guys' minds. There's also a launching point where you start here with eBay and then you can work your way up. And that's actually what I did, and I just continue to grow into where I'm at now. So you can kind of put these together and use them. The next one I want to talk about is kind of a interesting thing that you would really want to get creative with and do a lot of research before you start it. Owning a game lounge or a gaming cafe. There's been a lot that I've actually seen in past years, and there'd be kind of like, there'd definitely be some obstacles with it, but it'd be such a cool business to have your own like VR arcade or a VR lounge. People come in, they have like the primo experience that you throw them inside of a game, or you throw a pair of headphones on them and give them a game controller and pay to play. But I feel like you would need to get a little more creative than that. Tournaments would need to be definitely a thing that's a part of your store and a second stream of income. You always want to have multiple streams out of your one location. I run 5 businesses now out of my one location. I do buy, sell, trade, I do repair, I do VR. These 2 stations back here are for virtual reality. And then I do streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday. By the way, I do stream on Facebook Gaming every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Link in the description down below. I'm also doing YouTube. We're doing videos now for YouTube. So I run 5 different businesses out of my one location. So you want to do the same thing. You want to have that same strategy. You can't just depend on people coming in and paying to play, and that's just it. Some other streams you can do is repair. You could do repair of game consoles, or maybe even if you're a VR arcade, you could do like servicing of headsets. Also tournaments where it's like really like high quality. People come in, they pay the house a piece, and they pay the pot a piece, and you actually get paid for that. So you get like 20 or 30 people doing the tournament. They all pay $5 or $10 a piece. You know, you got 300 bucks, you know, or even 150. It's still, you know, a decent little income for about 2 hours of work, something like that, maybe an hour if they're quick. As well as selling snacks and goodies and all kinds of other things as well. I would 100% sell coffee. In the United States, we're such suckers for coffee. We go to Starbucks and we spend upwards of $5 for a cup of coffee. So why not cash in on that too? People are in there playing video games already. The next thing is what we're doing right here. content creation, streaming, and making YouTube videos. Another one that you could do is journalism. Do reviews of games, previews of games. They do investigative journalism. You can make YouTube videos about new news that came out, and then you can also do streaming. Especially in the last year, everybody and their mother is a streamer these days. Video game streaming can be a very lucrative and quality business. You can't just expect that your viewers are going to give you all the money to hold and sustain a career. You need to have sponsorships and make sure your branding is right, and make sure that people are companies are able to come to you and you have a good branding. I'm not like super well versed with streaming yet. I actually just started myself a few months back. The last one that I could think of was video game repair. I actually wouldn't be as far along with my business as I am without the ability to repair and modify video games. You could begin to buy cheap consoles and just tear them down, see all the stuff that's on the inside, and try to put it back together. And while you got it torn down, put it in the sink, wash it up with some, all the plastic parts, of course. Put all the plastic parts in the sink, clean them up, give them a real good scrub down, get it all dried off, make sure there's no water left over, and put it back together. Now you got a nice clean console that can be resold, but also you gain that experience of the teardown of the console, and then you can just work your way up from there. You can do controllers, you can do game repair, you can do console repair, computer repair, TV repair, and phone repair. And you still get to enjoy your video game stuff, but you have the backing of doing these other items as well. So that was 7 in all, guys. That was 7 in all things video game related that you could have a successful business in, a successful career in, and make a decent amount of money for you and your family. I say decent because a lot of this stuff, you're not going to be Fortune 500, when you're getting into this type of stuff on a smaller scale. Don't expect to be like a millionaire or whatever. I still have to work. The truth is, any one of these paths can produce an income that you can use for you and your family. But none of them can be achieved by sitting around watching YouTube with me. So you gotta start. Starting is the hardest part, but if you can just block out all the voices in your head telling you that you can't and go after it with everything you got, you can achieve a career or a side hustle in the gaming industry. If you got any value out of this video at all, do me a favor and tap that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, so you can catch us every time we release a video like this. Also, if you didn't know yet, I do stream every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. Link in the description below. And lastly, guys, I want to know, did I miss anything? Please let me know about them in the comment section down below. I actually took quite a long time thinking about this and trying to think of creative ways that you can get involved in the gaming industry, so I would love to hear if I missed something. Lastly, guys, this is Luke signing out from 8-Bit Plus, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.